In this video, you're going to learn my 6-step roadmap, which took me from first starting video editing to gaining a 1 million subscriber YouTuber client in just 2 weeks. A few years later, and this roadmap has earned me 6 figures, allowed me to work alongside and meet my idols, gain hundreds of millions of views across my work, and travel the world doing what I love. I'm sharing this unseen roadmap with you so you can avoid all the huge mistakes, confusion, and traps I fell into on my journey that, if I could go back in time, would allow me to reach this level a lot faster. I recently rediscovered my first ever real video edit, and it was a mountain biking montage that, to be fair, wasn't awful. It followed a clear storyline, had cuts timed to the music, smooth scene transitions, but this trip down memory lane got me thinking about the best editing software choice for beginners, because getting this wrong could waste a lot of your time. Rather than jumping into a professional grade software right away, if you like, you could get to grips with the fundamentals of editing on a simpler platform like iMovie or CapCut. Then, once you're more confident, I'd recommend moving on to one of the main 3 industry standard platforms: Davinci Resolve, Premiere Pro, or Final Cut Pro. But now for the controversy. I personally use Premiere Pro. It's the most popular and customizable with its plugins and connects seamlessly to other Adobe apps like Photoshop and After Effects, for example. Premiere Pro is generally seen as the #1 industry standard. However, lots of editors use Davinci Resolve because it's an all-in-one tool and has a super capable free version. And finally, Final Cut Pro is exclusively on Mac. It's not as widely used in a professional setting, but it is a one-time fee if that floats your boat. I'll be honest, when choosing between these 3 softwares, a lot of it comes down to your personal preference. But whatever you do, don't hop from software to software all the time. Choose one that's best suited to your needs. I'd recommend Premiere, and stick to it. So now we're opening up our software of choice, staring at a software so complicated it looks like it could send a rocket to the moon. How can we quickly get to a professional level of video editing for us to get paid? I'll be completely real here. When I first started editing, I was incredibly passionate, but I could barely sit through the hours of tutorials online. It simply wasn't for me. Hands down, the best way of learning is by doing. Sure, if you want more structure to your learning, there's tons of amazing tutorials on YouTube, but don't forget the implementation of what you learn. So how do we do this? Ask any skilled editor. The best way of rapidly improving is to replicate edits. Let me explain what I mean. I used to spend hours picking apart my favorite creators' videos and trying to replicate the storytelling, effects, animations, and so on. This improves your editing skills, helps with your problem solving and figuring out how editing was done, and most importantly, forces you to consume content from the lens of an editor, which is something that you can never undo. You constantly be analyzing the editing of whatever you're watching for the rest of your life. You can also use this very helpful free inspiration vault to find world-class editing for you to replicate. I'll leave the link in the description. So whether you like problem solving and figuring things out by just doing them, or you'd prefer watching tutorials, remember to make the focus of your learning breaking down good editing and doing it for yourself. But there's one crucial part that we're missing here and could prevent you from becoming a professional editor. Quickly before that, I've summarized this entire video into a free checklist showing you exactly how to become a freelance video editor, and you can grab that for free using the second link in the description. After landing my first ever paid client at just $60 a video for 10 hours of work, I was hit in the face by the realization that the power of video editing is where you apply it. And making this one simple switch now allows me to charge thousands of dollars per video, because a video editor can be worth $10 or $10,000 depending on where they position themselves and the problems they're solving. And we're in luck because there's so many problems that we solve as video editors. So have a think about your interests and passions and try to identify problems in those areas that can be solved with video editing. For example, I enjoy watching finance and entrepreneurship content, so I became a video editor in the finance and entrepreneurship niche. I respect your time, so here's a few problems we can solve as video editors. We've got long form editing, short form editing, sales videos for websites, the list goes on. Ultimately, the creator economy is worth $250 billion, so the opportunities are almost endless. So pick a niche and a problem to solve that you'll enjoy. Now we've got our business model sorted and who we're going to sell to. This next step is the part that no one talks about, and if I could go back in time, I'd change this one thing. If I were forced to start again as a video editor in 2024 with no portfolio, I'd do this. Remember the edits we were replicating in step 2? We can actually use those edits to not only build a personal brand and share our journey, but also to build a portfolio. But it has to be done the right way. So long as you make it clear that this isn't paid client work and you are simply replicating edits to build and showcase your skills, there's no reason why you can't create a super impressive portfolio with just your replicated edits. For my portfolio, I personally use Squarespace because I like how customizable it is, but a much simpler and free option for your portfolio is Card. This quickly unlocks your ability to find higher paying clients because you're putting your skills on show even if you've never had a client before. Now this next step is absolute rocket fuel to your editing career or business. Before I was a video editor, I was a full-time digital marketer, and so many of the skills I'd learned from generating hundreds of thousands of dollars for local businesses also came into play in my video editing career. The only way to win online is to build your skill stack and become ultra capable. I wasn't even a good video editor when I first landed that 1 million subscriber client. I just had a solid skill stack, which meant I understood marketing enough to find that client. A perfect example of this is a student of my program, Editors Academy, called Sam Ford. In January, Sam joined Editors Academy to fast track his editing success, and he gained access to literally everything I know about video editing that has taken me from no idea what I was doing and $60 per video a few years back to making thousands of dollars per video. Just 60 days later, Sam had landed 2 YouTuber clients with a combined 350,000 subscribers. Fast forward to present day, and Sam has worked with YouTubers with a combined 3 million subscribers, had millions of views on his work, and makes a full-time income from his editing. If that sounds like a position you'd love to be in sometime soon, then I built Editors Academy for you. Because inside Editors Academy, you'll find hours of video training, live events, cheat sheets, resources, video reviews by myself and the passionate community, and even one-to-one access to me to help you firstly master video editing and then find high-paying dream clients on demand. So to skip all the late nights, missed opportunities and confusion that I had to go through to learn video editing alone, feel free to check out Editors Academy with the first link in the description. And this is the first time I've done this, but you can use code ROADMAP for an exclusive discount for the next 72 hours only. So the key here is to build your skill stack and not to neglect the supporting skills around video editing. Whether it be graphic design, copywriting, marketing, all of these are going to impact how quickly you not only learn video editing, but get hired. So there's one stupidly simple switch that we can make to go from learning video editing like we've spoken about, all the way to landing high quality clients. Another massive bonus of replicating edits is we can turn these into outreach. Once you're at a certain level of video editing, your work is an ad in itself. And this is the secret to how I landed my first 1 million subscriber client in a matter of weeks. I simply downloaded their relatively unedited video, re-edited it better in their style with their branding, and invested a ton of time into it. I sent this off to them in an email, tweet, and DM. Besides targeting the right creators with the right audience size, this is really no different to how we learned video editing. Ultimately, there's 3 types of editors: drifters, dreamers, and doers. You can drift along and make no progress, dream of one day finding that one client, or you can get stuck in and do editing. When you're starting out, you don't need a fancy marketing funnel, a complex mindset shift, or to be a genius. You simply need to get stuck in, get the reps in, and edit videos. Here's a video where I go even more in depth into my exact outreach strategy. Thank you for watching.